Hello, good morning, my loving students of ninth E and F. We continue the second chapter, The Sound of Music, written by Deborah Coyley. As I had already mentioned, this chapter is divided into two parts. We are in the first part, Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. In the last two classes, we learned Evelyn lost her hearing at a young age. She's a Scottish girl, very fond of music, wanted to make it her life slowly. And when she was 11 years old, she lost her sense of hearing. Started having the problem when she was 8 years old. And at the age of 11, she was completely deaf due to nerve damage. And in the next page, we learned about Evelyn did not give up hope and never looked back. Even the teachers advised her parents to take her to a special school for the deaf. But she was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. And most of the teachers discouraged her. But a fellow percussionist, a person who plays tabla or drum, his name is Ron Forbes, encouraged her. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes, and Evelyn could feel the different notes of the drum in her body. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. She traveled the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She made a history there in that college. She gradually left the orchestral work, a band of singers. She started performing herself, solo performance. At the end of her 3-year course, she had received most of the top awards. Then we noticed Evelyn senses music. She explains that music flows through every part of her body. That is in the next paragraph, 5th paragraph. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. She never felt that pride. She never said that's a heroic achievement, heroic success. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. That is what she says. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi-percussionist. The world's most sought after, sought means wished for. The multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments. With a mastery of some 1,000 instruments. And hectic international schedule. Hectic, very busy international schedule. She had a list of the programs, very busy schedule. Yes, today I have this program at this time to this time. And she was so busy in that. She was never felt that pride in her. She always says the same thing. If we work hard and know where we are going, surely we will get there. Next para, it is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly, intriguing, fascinating and curious. intriguing, very beautiful scene to watch, very attractive, so effortlessly, without any effort. That is also without hearing. In our 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. In our 2-hour discussion means narrator is taking an interview with her. So the interviewer and Evelyn Glennie were talking each other. She never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. Bush like beards, they only give me trouble. She laughed. It is not just watching the lips, it is a whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Flawlessly means without any mistake, without any fault. Scottish lilt. Lilt means the accent, way of speaking. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11. I learned everything because I was a normal child up to 11. That's why I'm speaking very clearly. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. I know French language and Japanese also. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master. Master means gain full knowledge over, authority over fundamental Japanese. I learned this. That how I learned, I don't know. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. See? She says, I don't have hearing capacity, but it pours, it falls in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, causes a slight pricking or stinging sensation. Through skin she could hear. My cheekbones and even in my hair, through my cheekbones. And even through my hair, I could sense music. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. Through fingertips, the instrument she was playing, when she was touching with the stick on this instrument, she says that the sounding passing up the stick into her fingertips, the top part of the fingers, by leaning against the drums, leaning, bending, kneeling against the drums, she can feel the resonances, echoes of sounds flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. Just imagine. Wooden platform. She keeps off her shoes off, so that while touching that wooden platform, the vibrations of the musical instruments pass through her bare feet, naked feet, and up her legs. So just we can't even express it through words. So she says, music flows through every part of her body. It tingles in the skin, her cheekbones, and even in her hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. Just imagine. And by leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance sounds flowing into her body. So on a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. See? Next para. Not surprisingly, paragraph number 8. Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. She makes her audience very happy. She got many awards. Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. It's the name of the award. Says master percussionist James Blades. God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. In the introductory part, we went through the same chords. It is said by that master percussionist James Blades. See, beautiful line. No need of much explanation. You understood it very well. I hope you all got it. Evelyn, next paragraph number 9. Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. Workaholic. Alcoholic who are addicted in alcohol. Workaholic means, informal usage, a person who finds difficult to stop working. Continuous hard work. Hard work is their energy. Want to do without wasting a single moment of single minute. They go on working hard. Such people are known as workaholic. It's very difficult for them to stop working without doing anything. I have just got to work often harder than classical musicians. How to work hard? More than the classical musicians, she continued her work. But the rewards are enormous. She got a lot of awards. Rewards, the result was great. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. Yes, it's a God-gifted talent. So she used, don't make it as a business, earning money. That's why she spent some of her time for the poor people, sick people, and people who are in prisons. She arranged concerts, musical nights, musical parties there in prisons and hospitals to make the prisoners and patients happy. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians. She trained them, young musicians. Anne Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. Beethoven, I told you, a musical composer, a deaf and dumb musical composer. In charge of that deaf children, institution of that deaf children, Anne Richlin said about Evelyn. She's a rich, shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. Last paragraph, one more paragraph is left. I will complete that also. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. She entertained the people more than most people twice her age. For elderly people, she has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She showed the people by her performance. Percussion to the front of the orchestra, the best instrument of all other instruments, and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped People who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. She was such an inspiration for millions of people. Got it clear? Evelyn is a perfect example that disability cannot stop a person to achieve if he or she is determined and works hard towards it. That is the message we learn from this story. Real story. Evelyn earned many awards and rewards. She has given enormous pleasure to millions. Our life is for that. Make others happy and be a good model for others, good inspiration, perfect example for others. Don't think that I can't do this. Everything can be done by everyone. Nothing is impossible in this world. Got it? Next day, we will go with part 2, the Shahnai of Bismillah Khan. Okay, before that, Saturday I had given some question answers, value-based questions, very important. And many students asked the answers of those. Please try to write yourself. You can take any source, internet or from anywhere you can write it, but don't copy it down as it is. I will not give you because 9th class onwards you must learn how to write the answers yourselves. No direct answers will be there. You must learn how to write the answers. Read many answers, read from many sources, collect good vocabulary and try to write those answers in your homework register. Got it clear? Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. May God bless you. Stay home and stay healthy. Thank you.